And we come back to you live. A deep throw downfield as Deanna Parker hauls it. Oh, excuse me, Providence on offense. I apologize as we come back to you. Providence Gold 3-3, Hough 5-1 on the season. How about a deep catch?
What a way to start the game for him right there.
No question about it. Anna Barber, the quarterback for Providence, will take the snap. Fires it corner of the end zone. It's hauled in. How about a two-play drive? Lindsey Nolan, the all-conference basketball player, makes the catch in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown.
Wow. Right off the bat, receiver gets behind the safeties. Great throw by the quarterback and a great catch.
That was Safira Goldstein on that first reception. My apologies. Providence in the black, Hough in the white. As we come back to you, Game 2 on our Bayhackle Sports Flag Football edition this Saturday. Providence Gold, 3-3 on the year. Hough, 5-1. Trips at the bottom of your screen. It's a handoff this time on the carry is Q. Waddellington for the Huskies. And a nice pickup on first down.
Yep, again, open field tackle, one person is able to pull the flag. As a runner, you can't get tackled by the one individual. You got to figure out a way to make them avoid the pulling the flag.
We'll get to our coaches here momentarily. Mia Khan, the quarterback for the Hough Huskies, we mentioned her 5-1 on the year. Takes the snap here. Drops back. Fires it over the middle. Malaspina bobbled it at first, but able to lasso it in. And this is going to bring up third down for Hough. Kendall Lewis, Coach Matt Jenkins here with you on Saturday afternoon of flag football. They direct snap it to Waddellington.
Oh, double pass.
And how about down the sideline on the catch made by Amelia Rockefeller.
So we direct snap to the running back, hand it to the quarterback, throw it lateral to the receiver, who then throws double pass.
Coach Suber, one of your old assistants, he get that out of the playbook from you?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever drawn that one up before. But it worked, so maybe I should have. Great job by the receiver going up, catching it with her hands at the highest point, too.
Coach Suber said before this one, Mia Khan, the sophomore quarterback, one of the best in the city, just an unbelievable arm as they send Waddellington in motion. Khan fakes the handoff. Khan, deep ball, and this one just a little too tall. Trying to find Deanna Parker, and it's incomplete.
Parker is a big target. I think she's 6'2", basketball player as well.
This is game 2 on this field so far. Again, we just saw the Providence black team fall short to Hopewell earlier. So this will be spotted at the 35-yard line. Again, we're going to go over the rules. 4 downs to get 20 yards today. That's how this thing's going to go. Okay. And then you've got another 4 downs to try and score if you're just joining us. Providence went end zone on 2 plays to start this game. Khan fires it over the middle. Parker the grab. Parker the spin. Parker again, spin cycle.
I tell you what, that was nifty out of Miss Parker for as big as she is to avoid with the hips and then spin. A little side step right there. And then the spin, is it the B button in Madden? What's the button that they hit?
Right.
I don't play those video games. It's a younger generation, but now back to that rule where we can't run the ball anymore because we're inside the 5-yard line.
Khan delivers for a touchdown. Q Waddellington to the end zone and a little celebration dance. Well, how about the arm of Mia Khan?
I've known Mia for a while. She's a heck of a shortstop in softball as well. You can see with that arm.
Takes the snap here, fires it, Parker. And they convert.
Pulled the flag, but I think it was after she'd already crossed in the zone, I believe.
Yes.
We'll take another look.
Yeah, definitely.
I wonder what grade she's in.
Well, 2 great drives by the kind of the opposite of the first game in the second half here.
And a throw incomplete. Anna Barber, the quarterback for Providence, who had that deep ball to start the game, to Safira Goldstein.
Now, knowing Coach Suber, I doubt we see very many defensive plays where somebody's not coming.
He mentioned we'll play a cover 2, some cover 3. And a nice open field tackle. That time, you mentioned it's one of the hardest things is to pull flags. Emerson Wilson came in to pull the flag from Goldstein.
As she was going down, too.
Barber lobs it up. It's a jump ball hauled in by Nolan. Lindsey Nolan, who had the touchdown catch for Providence early on, is an all-conference basketball player, and that time just wins the 50-50 ball.
She's a big target. She does a nice job of going up and catching the ball with her hands above her head.
Trips at the bottom of your screen for Providence. Goldstein, the catch over the middle, and again, Hough.
Good tackle. Picked up the first down, though.
Couple of really nice open field tackles.
It's a really hard skill to teach with younger receivers,
Yep.
is catching the ball with your hands above your head, and both teams have done a really good job of that so far.
Here comes a blitz. Barber gets it off, goes right back to Nolan. Lindsey Nolan, her favorite target so far in the first half, and rightfully so.
I think she's caught everything thrown at her.
By my that's 3 catches by my count on 3 targets, including a touchdown. Barber shakes away in the backfield, finds Goldstein, and immediately the flag stripped by Skylar Halls of Hough.
2 really good offensive teams so far.
Just kick back on.
The defense is going to have their hands cut, their hands full the rest of this one.
And a timeout here with 11:45 left to play in the first.
Brady, you said you can see it?
Yeah, both teams touchdowns on their first possessions.
It'd be interesting to see some adjustments to bring in another sport like basketball. You get box and ones, you get triangle and twos. If Hough doesn't go to playing man-to-man on 17 and then playing zone with everybody else, something different that you don't see in normal football, but you could do here in flag football.
We mentioned the rules, 7-on-7 today. We'll show you those rules. If you're just joining us, it's a 40-minute game, 2 20-minute halves. Of course, each coach gets a couple of timeouts each half. The quarterback cannot run past the line of scrimmage, although we've already seen this on display here. They can direct snap it to anyone in the backfield. So we've seen some of these teams kind of utilize their designated quarterback as a rusher.
She's open.
Back corner of the end zone. Caught for another touchdown. Barber on the throw to Ziegler, and Rika Ziegler hauls in the second TD of the game for Providence.
Great throw under pressure. The girl was right there to pull the flag, and she gets it off just in time.
Providence going to go for 1. Again, you can elect to go for 1 or 2. 1 from the 5-yard line. Barber on the fake toss trying to find Nolan, and Providence can't convert on the conversion. But a 13-7 lead.
Yeah, great drive by Providence.
And the Hough offense comes out.
Let's go, let's go. Lindsay, get ready.
There's Coach Cruz. We mentioned Providence bringing 2 teams today. We saw the Providence black team. This is actually their gold team, who's 3-3 on the year against Hough at 5-1. Khan's pass broken up. Good coverage that time from Cheney Pizzat.
Yeah, great break on the ball by the safety to go and get it.
Big plays that got to be made. Come on. Good job, good job. Good job. You're trying to take advantage of the cover 2. All right, watch those cover 2 holes. These are cover 2
You heard Coach
holes.
Jenkins allude to it earlier that Mia Khan, a former shortstop in softball that actually gave up softball to play flag football this year.
Yeah, she did this year. Hopefully she's back out next year. I'm sure Hough softball would love to have her out there. Yeah, there's another Division I softball player out there playing right now for Hough.
11-12 left to go. First half. Khan, pretty ball, trying to go up top for Parker downfield, and it's incomplete.
Okay, we're going to have 4th and about 11 here.
Coach Suber, he mentioned to me yesterday when I talked with him about this that, hey, we'll play up-tempo as much as possible in this game. We've seen some teams kind of huddle up. You got the 30-second play clock here this afternoon. Khan fires it on a crossing route. Malaspina the catch, but short.
That's just one of those, you got to know where the first down is, run your route deep enough to get past the first round. And it just ran it a yard short. Good job by the defense of Providence.
So Providence will take over from their own 5-yard line. Barber, the handoff, Kapler faked it like they were going to do a little double reverse there to Ziegler. Instead, keeps it herself.
We've seen that fake reverse out of a couple of teams now. Hopo did it several times in the first game.
I love all the different intricacies we're seeing in offenses in these first 2 games that we've shown so far.
Yeah, that style difference between both teams has been fascinating to watch.
Barber trying to go Nolan down the sideline. She hauls it in.
She's so tall. The arms are so long, and she does such a great job of going to the high point of the ball and going up to catch it above the defenders. She's going to be difficult to stop the rest of this game.
You see one player on the Hough defense raise her hand. You have to raise your hand if you're intending on blitzing. And they find Goldstein across the middle, who then has the flag stripped. Both these teams have come to play. We mentioned 2 of the better teams in the city this year. The top 2 teams from each division will play at Bank of America Stadium for the playoffs coming up on May 19th. Is this one
good break by
toward the back corner of the end zone? Yep.
Good play by the defender. Just fighting through the hands and knocking it down.
That's Skylar Hall's in coverage again. Skylar Hall is that safety slash linebacker. Coach Suber said she actually is going to UNC Charlotte to play flag football on their club team.
Good for her.
Barber across the middle, and this one broken up as Nolan couldn't quite haul it in.
Shift.
Well, Lindsey Nolan's been really good, as Coach Jenkins mentioned it. One of the tallest receivers you'll see in action today among any of these schools. A basketball player. Made some phenomenal catches so far for Providence as they lead 13-7.
Black 77. Shift. Shift.
Barber looks Nolan's way, has to get rid of it, and it's over the head of Safira Goldstein.
Get a defensive stop out of Hough there.
You see a little bit of frustration that time from Anna Barber, the quarterback for Providence. And the Hough defense makes a stand with just over 7 minutes left to play. They'll take over from their own 5-yard line. This one dropped. I think the flag might have gotten pulled just across the 10. So Waddellington with a pickup of about 5 yards for the Huskies.
Good open field tackle. You limit it to 5. That's a great play for the defense.
Nobody's raising their hand for the Providence defense, so no blitz. Kahn over the middle to Parker. Parker still on her feet. Parker cuts it back inside. And finally, Providence able to pull the flag. How about Deanna Parker?
What an athletic play for a center, because that's what she plays in basketball, a 5 spot. Just, again, you see a little slide step with the hips. I mean, just all those little things that they obviously work on in practice.
So it was enough for the first down. Now 4 plays to try and get in the end zone for Hough. That time they went Juliana Hall, her first carry of the ball game. There's a look at Coach Suber, one of your former assistants on those championship Hough football teams. Kahn tosses short to Malaspina. And nice open field tackle, Isabel Kapler.
Now they're at the 6, so they still have the ability to run the ball again if they want to try to get it down to maybe a 4th and 3, something like that.
5 minutes left to go, first half. Both teams scored on their opening possessions. And this one through the hands of Juliana Hall. Well, we've got a timeout on the field, 13-7 here late in the first half. And you get a look inside of that Hough Huskies huddle. Again, 5-1 on the year. Coach Suber, a school counselor at Hough High School.
And you got Coach Suber there in the hat, and then Coach Oates, the offensive coordinator, who coaches receivers at the school, and is works in the EC department.
It's going to be interesting to see how this sport grows. You remember, everything is fresh right now. It's scheduled to be sanctioned next year. You got to love the competitiveness of the coaches, the energy that they brought that we've seen here today.
Get in. Nope.
Waddellington had the flag just pulled short.
Come on, defense.
Just short.
Yeah, it looks like about 3 yards left for Hough.
Good play concept. May have been a little deep at the 6 to run it, because Providence was able to make a nice open field tackle.
So Providence defense makes a stand. And the Panthers will take over with just under 4 minutes left to go. Barber. Pajot on the carry down the near sideline.
It was like almost like a little Statue of Liberty, back to the Boise State days right there. That was at the Fiesta Bowl back in 2007 or whatever that was, when they beat Oklahoma.
Hold up, Black. Back up, Black.
If you're into trickery, this is exactly what you want, flag football. We've seen all different wrinkles within different offenses today of the schools that we've seen on display so far.
What's great is you can tell they take it serious.
Yeah.
They're practicing. I mean, it's as if it's any other sport on campus.
I was talking with some of these coaches that we've already mentioned. Some of these players going to play in college at certain universities now are starting to adopt flag football, and I think the NCAA is certainly going to sanction that sport as well, just a matter of time.
Fourth down here.
Trips at the bottom. Barber takes the snap. Across the middle, finds Goldstein. Goldstein trying to tiptoe the sideline. Had the flag pulled.
Okay, they run a little crossing route just past the first down marker, a little dump pass to her. Again, a good offensive concept for 7-on-7.
So enough for the first down. Providence trying to strike here late in the first half. There's Coach Cruz. Mentioned this is a first-year program. Flag football, Providence High School. I was talking with Coach Cruz. He told me he's the JV offensive coordinator in the fall for Providence High School. He said, look, I just wanted to stay around the game. Got an opportunity to start this program, and he is having a blast as the head coach of this flag football program in its first year.
10 yards, 10 yards.
I think that's going to be the similar story you hear from all the coaches, how much fun they're having coaching them.
Wait.
Barber looking for Nolan on the diving effort. Just incomplete. Lindsey Nolan's made a few spectacular catches today for the Providence Panthers.
No doubt if they need a big play where the ball is going to go.
Flag 55. Out there.
Barber rolling to her right.
Hey, wide open.
Good job defensively, made her roll.
I know. Trust me.
And a good job by the safety staying on top of those receivers.
Let's go.
What's the score?
I mean, that may be a strategy if I'm on defense right now. I'm going to make that quarter. I'm going to bring pressure, make her roll away from number 17 so she's not an option for her to throw the ball to anymore.
Final seconds ticking off of the first.
See, now they got a chance. They can
Barber
just throw it up to her.
for the jump ball. Nolan comes down with it. Her second touchdown for the Panthers. Right on cue, Coach. Barber goes to her favorite target.
Yeah, I mean, she's able to stand there and she has time to throw and she can throw it up and she just goes up and catches at the high point. Does such a great job.
Trying to complete it for 1 point. They get it. Over the shoulder grab.
What a great catch by 22.
Pajot
Great job, all of you.
converts the 1-pointer for the Panthers.
Let's go, get water.
And they go into halftime leading 20-7 over the Hough Huskies. We'll take a break on Bayhackle Sports. We'll be back with you for more flag football after these messages. Providence leading Hough 20-7 at halftime as we come back to you on this special edition of Bayhackle Sports Flag Football today, all afternoon, as we take a look at some first half highlights from this one. Anna Barber on the first play from scrimmage, finding Safira Goldstein. It was a 2-play drive. They converted. Panthers struck first on a touchdown catch from Lindsey Nolan. Then Mia Khan and the Hough offense answered right back as Q Woodellington got into the end zone. And Deanna Parker just outstanding as well. Part of that Hough offense in the first half. Providence making this a 2-possession game there late in the first half. And it was the Lindsey Nolan show, Coach. They went to her, and she just won all those 50-50 balls.
Yeah, unstoppable. She just does a great job of going to the high point and catching.
How about this play from Deanna Parker? Just a great job eluding defenders. There's Nolan again, that time across the middle and picking up positive yardage for the Panthers. And here's Lindsey Nolan again, just high-pointing the football, as Coach Jenkins just mentioned. And then the one-point conversion complete to Cheney Bajat to end the first half. That's where we stand right now, 20-7. As we take another look back at those rules today. Of course, this is not a sanctioned sport in the state of North Carolina yet. It's scheduled to be next year. So everyone kind of learning. I think it's interesting time for us to be broadcasting this sport, Matt, because kind of experimenting with different rules and different things that they may implement once this thing is fully sanctioned in the state of North Carolina. But there's a look at some of the things. And, we mentioned trickery. We have seen it from every team, different wrinkles within offenses and defenses today.
Yeah, whether it's double passes or fake reverses. And I think that as the coaches get more familiar with how the game's going to be played, you're going to see more and more of it. The rule question I have is, can you snap it to the running back, hand it to the quarterback, and does the quarterback become dual threat where she can throw and run? Because if you can, I don't know why every team wouldn't do that every play. So there must be a rule that you can't. And so that's one of those extra rules that we may not know yet.
And we have seen different teams utilize their quarterbacks as rushers by direct snapping it to someone else. Here's Mia Khan. Phenomenal arm, but throws an interception over the middle. It's Nolan who picks it off. Lindsey Nolan, who goes both ways for the Panthers. We talk about the hands we've seen on offense today. How about this?
So there's your first adjustment by Coach Cruz against Hough. Parker is the main target for Hough. They put their best player basically on her or shadowing her, and she was able to step in front and make a pick. What a great play.
So Anna Barber and the Providence offense takes over. Barber takes the snap, trying to find Nolan. And she catches it, hauls it in again through contact.
And Hough's defender was right there, made a play on the ball, everything. 17 is just different than everybody else out there.
Touchdown Providence. And it looks like the Panthers first play for Hough, this one overthrown. So 27-7 our score.
The biggest thing for Hough right now is to not panic. Right? You can do the same thing to them, right? Drive down, get a score here, cut it to a 2-possession game again, or a 2-score game, and then play some defense and go from there. There's plenty of time to score 3 touchdowns.
Woodellington got tripped up. Rushing across the middle.
That's the interesting part. No flag was pulled there. It was just body-to-body contact as she went down. So I don't know if they're down there or.
It's going to be another interesting thing, too, as well. That course, that time of contact, we've seen a couple of players, once they get across the line of scrimmage, drop the football, they blow it dead. But I'll be interested to see if that's something they kind of throw into the game as it grows, as well as some type of a live fumble.
Good throw and catch on the crossing route here. Great job catching the ball with your hands so you can continue to run. Good throw by Mia.
Pay attention to Parker at the top of your screen. That's a big catch. There she is. They go right to her. On the pitch and catch from Mia Khan.
Taking what the defense is giving. The defense is playing with some depth, so just keep throwing underneath.
Handoff Bender that time. And immediately met Safira Goldstein.
So, I believe we were at third down here. It looks like Providence maybe called timeout.
Yeah, we've got a timeout on the field. So you notice the Panthers limited numbers. They brought 2 teams, so everyone is obviously going to play offense and defense for Providence. Hough, on the other hand, humongous numbers. They've got over 25 on the roster in their program, and you can see everyone kind of specializing, whether it be on offense or defense.
Yeah, they chose not to go with the 2-team concept and have them specialize on one side of the ball.
So Mia Khan takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Khan looking for Parker in the corner of the end zone. It's incomplete.
Yeah, didn't really give her a chance. That ball was thrown out of bounds. Got to have it in play. Give your receiver a chance to go up and catch it.
And Providence scored late in the first half and then had the pick six they converted on the one-pointer to Lindsey Nolan that made it a 27-7 game. Here early in the second, Hough trying to answer back. Khan, deep ball, and this one just over her intended target in Malaspina.
Yeah, that's with it third down and you're at the 21, you're going to have to go for it. That's, to me, you're trying to get half the distance, right? That's the old 7-on-7 thing. Hey, get half the distance so it makes it more manageable on the fourth down. This is tough. 4th and 21, there aren't a lot of plays in the playbook that are 4th and 21 calls.
Mentioned Parker's their tallest receiver, number 1 in white at the top of the screen. Khan takes the snap. Khan finds Parker over the middle. Nice catch from Parker, but it's short. So we take a second look at the replay.
Yeah, great throw, great catch. And again, if you had the ball at the 12 or at the 15, you got a chance at a touchdown. But from the 21, that's just...
So Providence will take over from their own 5-yard line. And this one thrown over the hands of Ziegler.
I'd be really surprised if Coach Suber isn't bringing pressure every single play, trying to get the quarterback to get rid of it quickly. They've got to get turnovers.
No one's raised their hand yet. Second down for Providence. The throw back to Rika Ziegler. And tiptoes down the sideline.
At this point, if you're Providence, you just don't want to turn the ball over. You don't want to pick six or anything like that to give Hough an easy score. Run your 3 plays, punt, go for it on 4th down if it's close enough.
Barber looking, finds Nolan on the crossing route. Another catch for Lindsey Nolan.
And a first down.
And it's enough. So give the Panthers a first down. Now 4 downs to try to get in the end zone.
Oh, it's open.
Barber over the middle. Rika Ziegler.
Great throw and catch.
And the flag stripped at about 3 yards shy of the end zone as we take a look.
Barber's had a really nice game. Her arm's not as strong as Khan's is, but she's accurate. She throws well under pressure, and she's made great decisions so far.
Yeah, folks, we want to remind you that we'll have Hopewell and Ardrey Kell Black on our next game here on BayHackleSports.com, scheduled to start at about 11.
And touchdown.
And Ziegler on the catch. Providence finds the end zone again. So Panthers trying to go for one here from the 5-yard line. Barber eluding pressure, fires over the middle, it's caught, and the Panthers convert.
Just what we were talking about. Under pressure, still throws an accurate ball.
Pajot hauls it in and makes it a 34-7 game.
Providence has got a good little team. The quarterback does a really nice job. The receivers, again, catch the ball with the hands. I'm not sure how they've lost 3 times.
Yeah, me neither. Mia Khan looking. Little wheel route for Kaz Husky, who makes the catch.
Good ball, good catch.
Khan takes a couple of steps on the drop, looking to go downfield to McMahon Waters, who is heading to play at Gardner Webb for softball next year. Well, Coach Jenkins was alluding to that earlier. Plenty of multi-sport athletes for obviously both of these teams, and right now, to start flag football, I think across the state, certainly you're going to borrow some of your top athletes. That's the tough thing right now, is trying to get the numbers out there.
You have to. You don't have any choice.
Yep.
And there's so much specialization in sports nowadays anyway that I don't even think it's a bad thing.
Khan trying to find Cass Husky again and overthrows her.
Just missed her. That was 4th down.
So now Providence will take over with 10:03 left to play. Another rule that was not on that rule sheet was that if you get up by 35, I was told the game ends right there.
That's news. I did not know that.
So
touchdown here then.
it's interesting. A touchdown, they would have to go for 2. I don't know if it's under 35. Again, of course, everyone's still trying to learn this new sport being brought to the state of North Carolina as they hand it off and go Kapler.
It's only their first or second run of the game, I believe.
Folks, we'll have 2 more games of flag football coming up here on BayHackleSports.com for the rest of this afternoon. Hopewell and the Ardrey Kell Black will be our next game here on BayHackleSports.com. Kendall Lewis and Coach Matt Jenkins here with you. That clock continues to run. They fake the handoff. Goldstein on the reverse. And then a flag comes in.
Nice open field tackle. I'm not sure what the flag is.
So now Hough going to take over. And the officials talking it over. Kahn floats it to Husky. She couldn't quite haul it in.
Yeah, going back to that kind of same play they ran the last drive, a couple times actually.
It's going to be interesting. Mia Kahn, just a sophomore, to see if this sport and how much it gets adopted at the college level by the time she gets there in a few years. And Husky makes up for it this time on the catch. And a big pickup.
Good throw, good catch. And again, Providence is going to give those plays up right now and they don't want to get beat over the top with this lead.
Back to Husky again.
So good offense taking it, but good defense and good strategy by Coach Cruz.
Got to move here. Just over 6 minutes left to play. Kahn off balance on the throw to Parker.
Looks like it might have been tipped.
Nolan again, that time in coverage. Wow, Lindsey Nolan.
Yeah, on defense, she kind of just sits in the middle at that 15, 18-yard mark. It makes it really difficult to get the ball over the middle because she's so long.
Kahn trying to go over the middle. Parker just high points the football. Great catch.
And right as I say that, they go right over the middle where she was. But
Nolan credited with the tackle on the.
What a great throw and a great catch.
Hough trying to punch it in here. Knocking on the door and throw wide to Kaz Husky. Tell you what, anytime you see a sport starting to gain as much popularity as flag football is, you got to wonder, there'll be maybe some club teams in and around Charlotte, opportunities in the summertime for these ladies that want to focus on this sport as it becomes sanctioned in the state of North Carolina in the coming years.
I could see it growing to the 7-on-7 in the summers like they have with the guys. And
so unfortunately for Hough, they can't convert. Just nothing doing on offense. Some bright spots at times, but it's been all Providence in this one. So final 4:10 ticks off. Providence will give it to Kapler, who cuts up the left side. So timeout with 3:47 left to play in this one. Once again, folks, we want to remind you more soccer coming up on BayHackleSports.com. That's coming up on Tuesday night. Garinger and Butler. That's a 6 o'clock kickoff on that one. You can scan the barcode to watch right here on BayHackleSports.com. And, of course, we've got plenty of high school baseball, lacrosse, even some softball coming up on BayHackleSports.com the next few weeks as we get into the state playoffs in all these different spring sports.
You got 3 minutes to go. If I'm Coach Cruz, this game's done. It's over. He's going to win. This is a great chance to work on some things. I don't know if this is going to work or not in the game. Yeah. We've tried it in practice. Hey, you know what? Let's just give it a shot right now and see if it works, right? And so it gives you that opportunity to kind of practice as much as anything else right now. And the truth is, if you're Coach Suber and Coach Oates, you do the same thing.
Yeah.
If you throw a pick six, at this point, it's not that big of a deal.
You see Providence just 9 players on their gold roster and about the same on their other team that we saw. So everyone is playing both ways. He mentioned it. They thought they might get more numbers than they ended up when they started the season, but everyone excited about it. Everyone getting their opportunities on both sides of the ball. And here in this one, it's paid off 34-7. And again, we mentioned these are non-division games for these teams today, but certainly plays to their overall record. The top 2 teams out of each division will go to the playoffs at Bank of America Stadium in a few weeks.
So again, and because they're non-conference games, that's even more of the reason why you can work on things and do stuff and try to figure out, especially if you're one of those at the top of the division.
Yep. It's a 10-game season for these 2 teams. In Providence, a big win. It's the final seconds tick off of this one. 34-7 over Hough, who only had 1 loss coming in today. And Hough takes over on offense. I believe that's going to do it. That should be the final play of the game, and it is. Providence wins it 34-7. They're now 4-3 on the year. Just a dominating performance. Anna Barber, Lindsey Nolan proved to be a dynamic 1-2 threat for the Panthers. And our final score, once again, 34-7. Folks, we got more flag football coming up. Ardrey Kell Black taking on Hopewell on Bayhackle Sports coming up in a few minutes.